Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, welcome to our YouTube channel Structure Design Experts. Today our topic is about how to edit. So today we will discuss about editing. So first of all, we have to understand it what is editing. If you want to extend or increase, decrease or delete anything, so you need to edit it. So first of all, for example, I just select the beam and I want to delete it, so that is the way how to delete. Now it is means undo. This is the sign of undo. If you want to go to the undo, so you can undo it from edit. So this is the structure, a 2D structure for steel structure, using for mostly for steel structure, and it is the 3D structures, for example slabs, different type of slabs, and they start also. So here is add to edit stories and grid systems. So from this point you can edit stories, for example the height of the story, the locations of the stories, and edit, increase or decrease the span of the grid lines. For example, this is the grid line spans. If you want to edit, you can. So now from here you can also delete it. If you want to modify the stories, as we already discussed, you can decrease or increase the heights, and also delete the story. For example, if you need 2 stories, if you want to delete 1 story, so you can from this location. So now add grid lines or selected joints. So this one is selected lines. If you when you select the lines and you want to show the selected, so you can see it views. Select the lines and go to view, show selected, so it will show you the selected lines. It is the giants. When you click here, you can see the selected giants. So now is the replicate. So replicate means that if you want to make a copy of an object, of any beam, so you can do it. For example, in x direction, dx direction, I want to draw a beam. So just if left side use the minus sign and right side don't use any sign, just write 2, and from left side if you want, so use the -2. See, line is already selected, so you see that line has been replicating here. See, this line has been replicated. Left side, it is dx direction. If you want to use only 2, it will be replicated to right side of the plane grid line. So this is the way how to replicate the lines. Linear, it is the linear part, linear dimension, and now we also can replicate the story, slab, anything to story to story. Select all the objects and go to the edit and replicate it to, if you want to the other story, so you can replicate it. But now we just delete the slab from the top story. Go to the, this is we are in top story, view is 14.1 meter, the top story, so I select this one. Go to edit, delete it. I deleted the slab from the top story, so you can see here is no slab. So now I want to replicate this second story slab. So I selected the slab and go to replicate. From here you select the story and select the story 4. It is already been select story 3, so we selected story 4 and apply OK. See, slab has been replicated to story 4. This is the easy way to replicate the slab. So now extrude. So extrude means you if you know about AutoCAD or Revit, so extrude means that when you draw a shear wall and you want to extrude it from the bottom to 1 meter 2 meter as you wish. Here I try it, but here we have already 1.5 meters, so it is already mentioned. If I draw the shear wall, at height will be automatically 1.5 because we have already added the underground level 1.5 up to beam level. We have already draw through grid lines, so it will be showing 1.5. but extrude using, if you want to increase or decrease the, mostly if you increase the height or decrease the height of the wall, you can do through this command extrude. So here I draw, but it is not increasing or decreasing because of its height of the substructure is 1.5 meters, so it already draw one height is 1.5 meter. So this command is used for extrude an object walls. So this is the frame we want to extrude. You see here it is not increasing or decreasing, not making a change, is not modifying here. So it is just a way you can do in your selected model. So this is the way. So align joints basically using for irregular shape, mostly using in steel structure and also in concrete, different decors. So mostly at corners of the building. So this is the move commands, that how to move an object from one place to another, just like in AutoCAD and Revit etc. So edit frame, it means that divided or joined the frames. So for example, I click on this, selected this line, and just I want to divide it into two parts. So I write two parts. If you want to divide it by 3, so you can write in 3 also. Just I write 2 here. You see it is, the joint has been created. So now select these two joints again and want to join this join the frames. So the frame will be, the joint will be removed. So it is normal line. So now edit shields. Basically shield we mostly using, as we already used in project designs in different projects we have done on this, did by this using by this shields. So it shield means that it divided the slab area into a rebar center to center distance, like I select here. go to edit shield, divided shield. Divided shield, I select this like this, or divided shield. Here I just write 3 and here 4, so the one side will be 4 and the one will be 3, so the area is divided one side to 2 box and one per 3 box. So here I mentioned 4, but first we have to undo the existing, undo or delete this one, so the undo is better, I think. Undo this one and then select this floor and OK. You will see that 4 to 4 box has been created. So now we are discussing about add or edit design stripes. So add stripes means that it is basically for using for a slab. When you add the stripes, for example here is story number 4, I just adding here story number 4, G1XA direction, click OK, and now select again G1Y and B direction, it will be fix, apply and OK. OK. Now check here, design stripe layer A, design stripe layer B, so check these two and OK. You will see stripes has been created. So when you analyze and run the analysis, you will see the shear force and bending moments, top and bottom bars designed for the slab. So it means that the concept will be clear, that how to use bottom bars and how to design top bars. The shear force and bending moments diagram will be calculated. So now views, how to you use view. View 3D means this position is already 3D, sit in the elevations. So click here, or you can go from signs also. So just this one is elevation. It is mostly same like the AutoCAD or Revit. Select any one of these, you will see the elevation. So this one is to check to see any one of you want, shield, slab, stripes, each and other things. So here is use set grid system visibility. So system grid visibility means that the background you want to see or not. If you want to see, you can use this one. If you not want to see, so you see that from here the visibility and numbering has been disappeared. See, now we'll see the visibility, so it is variable show axis. So it is means that it's shown here 2D or 3D. So there is 2D and both of 2D elevations. When you use 3D, you will see the 3D. If you want to change the axis location, so you can write at how much distance x direction, y direction and z direction. So now show the selected object. So it means that when you select the object and say that show the selected only, when you select it, which one lines frame structure you selected, you will see only that, because sometimes we have designed a lot of building and building have a lot of rooms and a lot of frames, we cannot see easily, so we select. So now selected line, we selected the some lines to show you that how to see. So this all the selected line you can see here, but which we not selected, it is disappeared. So now show them. So here show all object, click on show all object, means that you will see all the objects. Refresh the window means refresh it. So that is the view, total of view. Show the render view, you can also see the render view of this plane or 3D. Select in a show rendered view, you will see here, that is the rendered view. It is in progress, so you will later on you will see the rendered view. It taking some times, so you will see the render view. That is the rendered view of the. So it is not very important to see the rendered view, because the Etab means that design for the structures load calculations. So now define, we already discussed it in previous material section properties, diaphragms, pier, spindle length. This is all has been defined in different projects, so I mentioned the link in the description, so you will see that how to use it to define. Mostly the define is mostly using in project name. Draw and define, select, assign, analyze, display, this is mostly usable commands. So pier means if you want to add the pier using par mostly with retaining wall design, shear wall design. So here you mean write p2 add, p3 add, like this. So it was pier labels and spindle labels, it is mostly using per steel structure. So this is the strain gauges properties and functions, response spectrum, time history. This is already we discussed, and already we have a video on these topics, so watch the previous video if you have any confusion regarding it. So I mentioned the link in the response spectrum, and the mass sources also has been discussed, and we have created the mass source also. So now select means that when you want to select an object, it will select, for example, beam, object type, beams, columns. You select it, you want to apply load, so you should to apply load. And assign means like if I assign this to joints, so the joint, if you have a joint of fixed joints for concrete, we mostly using fixed joints, so you click this fixed joint and okay. And overhanging or other joints, if you using in steel structure, you can use it. So the other are mostly discussed and defined. So watch the complete video to understand the complete designing. Basically the use of Etab is not for modeling, but sometime and very important things which you need to model this because of load calculation. So like a balcony, circular beams, circular slab, and overhanging beam and slabs like this, we should to design it. And sometime it is manually calculating some of things which we cannot make access to from the Etab. So a lot of things which is easy and made accessible in this version 2018. So please think about that this software means to find the safety load calculations for footing designing. So it calculate the complete loads of columns, beams, this is and slabs. So this is the three components we are designing here, and one is shear wall. Mostly the shear wall used for the G+1 story is not too much, but using some time and large buildings, for example, using mostly for the lift services. So you should to think about that and keep in mind that this software is using for load calculations. So now from after the run analysis, you can see age and everything. For example, here you can see how to go to display energy. This diagram will not showing here because we no need. Here go to display, show tables or show displacement. It is the displacement we already discussed about displacement. So now go to detailing. For example, we should to check this model, complete designing, complete column design, steel, this is for steel work. So it is the shear wall designing, concrete slab design, live load reductions. See later live load reduction. Here you mention live load, how much you want to reduct it. It is the according to the AC 17, that how to reduce the now detailing sit time periods and how to detail